The city's a chessboard, the pieces are breathing. The moves that they're making are truly deceiving. They're playing for check, I am playing for mate. I can afford to just wait and consolidate my position, my power, my pieces, my plan. I'm a patient man, you must understand. The amateurs rush in, they're eager for blood. A poisonous flood of the misunderstood notion of victory, the short-sighted game, the temporary rain in the acid like rain. I watch from the shadows, I study their style. For a little while, I can feign a denial of my own ambition, my hunger, my goal, to make myself whole, to achieve full control. But my silence is strategy, my stillness is strength. The incredible length of my patience at length will be the undoing of those who are fast. The die has been cast, and your future is past. I'm the student of Sun Tzu, the master of art, of war from the start. I've been playing my part as the quiet observer, the one in the cut, but my mind is a rut, less and powerful strut. Wait for the right moment, patience. It's a setup. The art of patience is the sharpest of blades in the verbal crusades and the lyrical raids. The loudest man in the room is the weakest of all. Before the great fall, he's the first to just call for mercy. Take your time, the long game. Word. The art of patience is the sharpest of blades in the verbal crusades and the lyrical raids. The loudest man in the room is the weakest of all. The writing's on the wall for the final curtain call. The second stage of the art is to know when to strike. Unlike the impetuous youth on the mic who's spraying his words like a cheap leaky hose. And everybody knows that his confidence grows from a place of pure ignorance, a vacuum of thought. The lessons I've taught have all been for naught. He sees an opening, he thinks it's a prize. The look in his eyes is a foolish surprise, cause the opening's a trap, it's a beautiful law. The ultimate cure for the brash amateur. I created the weakness to test his desire, to stoke his own fire for his funeral pie. He takes the bait and the jaws of the plan. This desperate man who just ran when he can, should've walked, is now caught in the intricate web. The tide of his life is beginning to ebb. He's exposed and he's frantic, he's lost his composure. The final disclosure of his brief little closure. My patience is paid off, my time in his prime. The masterful crime of just taking my time. His empire is crumbling, his fortress is breached. The lesson I preach has been finally reached. Wait for the right moment, patience. It's a setup. The art of patience is the sharpest of blades in the verbal crusades and the lyrical raids. The loudest man in the room is the weakest of all. Before the great fall, he's the first to just call for murder. Take your time, the long game. The art of patience is the sharpest of blades in the verbal crusades and the lyrical raids. The loudest man in the room is the weakest of all. The writing's on the wall for the final curtain call. The final maneuvers, the quietest move to get in the groove of removing the proof that a battle was fought, that a victory's won for each and every one underneath the cold sun. It must look like nature has just run its course, a powerful force with no visible source. The loud man just vanished, his empire collapsed. The time that has elapsed has effectively mapped his own self-destruction, his arrogance, his greed, the poisonous seed of his own evil deed. But I was the gardener, I tended the soil. The patient turmoil of my diligent toil has approved the result that I sought from the start. A beautiful art of a world torn apart and rebuilt in my image. A quieter place, a dimension of grace at a much slower pace. The lesson is timeless, the wisdom is deep. For the secret you keep and the harvest you'll reap. Patience is power, it's the ultimate tool. The first single rule of my powerful school. The guru has spoken, the premier has spun. The patient man's already won. For the right moment, patience. It's a setup. The art of patience is the sharpest of blades in the verbal crusades and the lyrical raids. The loudest man in the room is the weakest of all. Before the great fall, he's the first to just call for mercy. Take your time, the long game. Word. The art of patience is the sharpest of blades in the verbal crusades and the lyrical raids. The loudest man in the room is the weakest of all. The writing's on the wall for the final curtain call. Wait for the right moment. Wait for the right moment. That's right. That's right. What up? What up? Live without I. What up? believe for that I, when I believe for that I, do I believe for that I, when I believe for that I, yeah, when I believe for that I, yeah.
This is a song for the warriors, a hymn for the street, to the rhythm of the beat, of the shuffling feet, of the soldiers and hustlers, the righteous, the real. The pain that you feel is the sign that you heal from the wounds of the struggle, the cuts of the game. We're screaming your name in the torrential rain of the Bucktown barrage, the boot camp attack. There ain't no turning back, cause we got your back. This is Brooklyn, the planet, the original soil, where we toil and we boil with a righteous turmoil. For the respect we're demanding, the truth we command, the strongest advance in this treacherous land.
Yeah, the concrete is holy, the asphalt's a shrine. The sacred design is both yours and it's mine. We're the sons of the borough, the heirs to the throne. A foundation of stone that was built on our own with the blood of our brothers, the tears of our mothers, the significant others who thought they could smother the fire inside us. The flame of the crew, but the flame only grew when the sky is the view from the top of the mountain. We're destined to climb in the passage of time with the power of rhyme. This is more than just music, it's a spiritual sound from the underground on this hallowed ground.
So throw your hands up for the BK, the planet of crooks, for the real life soldiers, not the cats in the books. This is the Brooklyn song, the prayer of the strong, where we right all the wrong, where we truly belong. So throw your hands up for the BK, the planet of crooks, for the real life soldiers, not the cats in the books. This is the Brooklyn song, the prayer of the strong, right and the wrong, where we all belong.
We walk through the valley of the shadow of death, with our very last breath will rep the veil to its depth. From Brownsville to Bed-Stuy, from Crown Heights to Bushwick, the musical wick of the candle is lit, and it's burning so bright, a magnificent flame, exposing the shame of the ones who are lame, the fakes and the phonies, the clowns and the snakes, the terrible mistakes that a weak person makes when they test the resolve of the GCC. The powerful we of the real family, we're the generals, the leaders, the soldiers, the source, the powerful force of a natural course.
Word, the psalm is a warning, a lesson to God for the ones who decide to just swallow their pride and step to the side when the army comes through. The original crew, me and you too, we're united in purpose, we're bonded by pain, washed in the rain of the struggle's domain. Our armor is leather, our weapons the mind, leaving the devil and all others follows behind. In the cloud of the dust from the boots on the ground, the powerful sound of the horn can be found in the sample that's looping, the soul of the beat, the bittersweet feeling of life on the street.
So throw your hands up for the BK, the planet of crooks, for the real life soldiers, not the cats in the books. This is the Brooklyn song, the prayer of the strong, where we right all the wrong, where we truly belong. So throw your hands up for the BK, the planet of crooks, for the real life soldiers, not the cats in the books. This is the Brooklyn song, the prayer of the strong, right and the wrong, where we all belong.
Let the congregation rise, let the testament spread, for the words to be said for the living and dead. The psalm is forever, it's etched in the stone of the project throne that we've made as our own. The cadence is martial, the rhythm's a march through the triumphant arch of the neighborhood starch, and its discipline rigor, the code of the real, the way that you feel when the judgment is sealed by your jury of peers, by the elders, the youth. The undeniable truth is the sharpest of tooth. It bites and it tears at the fabric of lies. The alibis die in the light of our eyes.
So let the organ play, let the choir just sing. The freedom we bring on the angelic wing of a pigeon that's flying from rooftop to stoop. The leader of the troop, the head of the group, is the spirit of Brooklyn, the soul of the fight. The darkness and light, the wrong and the right. The psalm is the balance, the fulcrum the key. The vision to see what we're destined to be. The guardians, the keepers, the prophets, the priests, the beautiful beasts from the belly of the east of New York, the city, state and the mind, the one of a kind that you never will find. So throw your hands up for the BK, the planet of crooks, for the real life soldiers, not the cats in the books. This is the Brooklyn song, the prayer of the strong, where we right all the wrong, where we truly belong. So throw your hands up for the BK, the planet of crooks, for the real life soldiers, not the cats in the books. This is the Brooklyn song, the prayer of the strong, right and the wrong, where we all belong. My sneakers are stuck in the filth of the street, the bittersweet feeling of life and defeat. The discarded rappers, the broken down glass, the moments that pass that you never can class as golden or precious, just grit and survival. The daily revival, a primal arrival at the corner store for a Lucy, a beer. The source of the fear that is constantly here. This is the tangible, the real, the profane, the acid like rain that is leaving a stain on the fabric of hope, on the soul of the block, the tick of the tock of a rundown old clock. But I look up and see it beyond the fire escapes, the beautiful shapes that the universe makes. The firmament endless, a canvas of grace, a time and a place that is outside this race of the rats and the roaches, the hustlers, the cops, the non-stop bops of the culture that drops from the boombox a block away. That's the divide, the things that we hide and the things that are inside our hearts and our minds. The celestial dream, the powerful theme of a masterful scheme.
It's the filth and the firmament, the gut of the star. No matter how far you have traveled, you are stuck in between them, the low and the high, beneath the same sky where the angels all cry. It's the filth and the firmament, the gut of the star. No matter how far you have traveled, you are stuck in between them, the low and the high, beneath the same sky where the dreams never die.
I see a young artist, he's painting a mural. His vision is plural, it's urban and rural. He's painting a forest on a dirty brick wall. Before the great fall, he is answering the call of his soul to create, to transform, to transcend. My beautiful friend, this is not the real end. The filth is his canvas, the trash is his paint. A beautiful saint with a minor complaint that the world doesn't see what he's trying to show. The seeds that you sow in the dirt have to grow towards the light, to the sun, to the heavenly sphere. The message is clear and the reason is here, to prove that the beauty is born from the pain, the sun from the rain, the same from the insane. The duality's constant, the yin and the yang, the bang of the gun and the poem you sang. They're one and the same, just a different view. For me and for you and the whole struggling crew. We're walking in filth but we're staring at space, this beautiful, terrible, glorious place. The firmament's watching, it doesn't condemn the beautiful gem in the tarnished old stem.
It's the filth and the firmament, the gut of the star. No matter how far you have traveled, you are stuck in between them, the low and the high, beneath the same sky where the angels all cry. It's the filth and the firmament, the gut of the star. No matter how far you have traveled, you are stuck in between them, the low and the high, beneath the same sky where the dreams never die.
So what is the lesson, the moral, the key? The freedom to see the real you and the me. We are not just the filth, we are not just the grime. In the passage of time, it's a glorious crime to believe you are only the dirt on your shoes. The neighborhood news and the project light blues. You are also the stars, you're the moon and the sun. The race has been run, but the prize has been won. The moment you realize the truth of your worth on this perilous earth, since the day of your birth, you were born with a dual and a powerful soul. To make yourself whole is the ultimate goal. So I walk through the gutter, I don't pay it mind, leaving the physical manifestation behind. My eyes are on the horizon, the cosmic display. At the end of the day, I can honestly say I have touched both the filth and the firmament's grace in this beautiful, terrible, holier place. The city's my temple, the streets are my pew. A message from me to the whole chosen few who understand the connection, the sacred design, the beautiful line between your world and mine.
It's the filth and the firmament, the gut of the star. No matter how far you have traveled, you are stuck in between them, the low and the high, beneath the same sky where the angels all cry. It's the filth and the firmament, the gut of the star. No matter how far you have traveled, you are stuck in between them, the low and the high, beneath the same sky where the dreams never die.
clip on my waistband is heavy with ghosts. The heavenly hosts are the ones who got close to the sun, to the fire, to the fame, to the fall. The digital call that was seen by us all. It was more than just numbers, a code and a light, the wrong and the right, in the darkest of night. A 911 meant that somebody's hit, the powerful script of a tragedy's fit. A 143 was the code for the love, a gift from above, like a peaceful white dove that you send to your queen when you're out on the grind, leaving the danger and madness behind for a moment of peace, for a second of grace in this perilous place, in this desperate race. The pager was Bible, the lifeline, the key to the man I would be for the whole world to see. My first big connection, the meeting was set. The spiritual debt of a name I had met came through on the screen in a numerical line, a sacred design that was finally mine, to claim and to conquer, to build and to make, for goodness sake. It was all a mistake in the end.
This is a eulogy with pages for the plastic and wise, for the desperate desires and the funeral pies. It's a requiem for the numbers, a hymn for the code, the heavy, heavy load of a life on the road. This is a eulogy for pages for the plastic and wise, for the desperate desires and the funeral pies. A requiem for the numbers, a hymn for the code, the stories that flowed.
Yo, I remember the vibration buzz on my hip, the drip from the lip of a loose tongue accomplice was a code I would get when the deal was exposed. The life I had chosen was never enclosed in a bubble of safety, a fortress of calm. The 23rd Psalm was replaced by the bomb of reality dropping, our plans going south. The word of the mouth from the horse's own mouth would arrive in a sequence of digits so cold. A story as old as the silver and gold that we chased in the alleys, we sought in the clubs, the pivotal hubs of the gangster-like cubs. That we were back then with our lives on the line, a truly divine and the foolish design. The pager was witness to all of our crimes, 1,000 good times and 1,000 bad rhymes, born from the messages, the orders, the news, the paying of dues for the right to refuse and offer a deal or a deadly request, putting your soul to a rigorous test. The little black box was a portal, a gate to a terrible fate or a glorious state.
This is a eulogy for pages for the plastic and wise, for the desperate desires and the funeral pies. It's a requiem for the numbers, a hymn for the code, the heavy, heavy load of a life on the road. It is a eulogy for pages for the plastic and wise, for the desperate desires and the funeral pies. A reading for the numbers, a hymn for the code, stories that flowed from the seas of
Now
soul.
the pockets are empty, the silence is deep, for the secrets I keep. While the new children sleep, they will never quite know of the thrill and the dread of the words that were said by the digitally dead. The cryptic locations, the times of the meet, the bitter and sweet of a life on the street that was governed by numbers, by beeps, by a buzz, the glorious fuzz of what all of it was. My old one is sitting in the drawer, cracked and gray. At the end of the day, I can honestly say it was more than a tool, it was part of my soul. The loss of control when you reach for the scroll of the numbers and prayed that it wasn't the call before the great fall for the one you gave all. Your trust and your loyalty, your brother, your friend, the beginning of the end that will never just end. So I pour out some lick, a toast to detect the cause and effect of the digital track that we walked in the 90's, the path of our own on a glittering throne that was merely on loan. The eulogy's over, the era is gone.
This is a eulogy for pages for the plastic and wise, for the desperate desires and the funeral pies. It's a requiem for the numbers, a hymn for the code, the heavy, heavy load of a life on the road. This is a eulogy for pages for the plastic and wise, for the desperate desires and the funeral pies. A requiem for the numbers, a hymn for the code, the stories that flowed from the seeds that we sowed.
Yeah, yeah. Yo, the city is breathing, a beast made of steel. The only thing real is the way that you feel when you're caught in its grip, in its powerful jaws. You gotta have laws, you gotta have cause, cause the jungle is jungle. The rules are the same, you can't change the game. You can only proclaim your own independence, your personal creed, the singular seed of a powerful deed. So So listen up, youngster, the lesson is deep. For the promises that you are wanting to keep. The first directive, you gotta have vision, a mental precision that makes no provision for failure or doubt or the weakness of heart. You gotta be smart right from the very start. Know who you are and know who you're not. In this melting pot that is boiling and hot, where ambition and greed and the lust for the fame, they'll tarnish your name just to get in the game. So move with a purpose, a confident stride with nowhere to hide. With your honor and pride, this is the street university's premier decree. For you and for me, up for us to be free.
Listen up, the code of the streets. Real is real.
This the premier directive, the truth and the light, the fundamental wrong and the fundamental right. It's the unspoken law of the tried and the true. From the guru to you and your whole entire crew.
Pay attention, it's the realness.
This is the premier directive, the truth and the light, the fundamental wrong and the fundamental right. The unspoken law of the tried and the true. From the mind of the guru directly to the second directive is harder to learn. It's the point of no return. The bridges you burn with the fakes and the frauds, the snakes in the grass, the ones who will pass as a part of your class, but they secretly plotting and scheming on you. So keep your circle small and your trusted ones few, cause loyalty's priceless, it can't be just bought. A lesson I'm taught by the battles I fought. Your word is your bond, it's the truest of wealth. Protect it with stealth for your spiritual health. Don't talk on the phone about the moves that you make. For goodness sake, there's too much at stake. Be a man of your actions, a king of your deeds. Planting the seeds for your future needs. And never forget where you came from, the root. The undeniable truth is the sweetest of fruit. It will keep you grounded, it will keep you aware of the traps and the snares and the polluted air of the city's temptation, the glitter and gold. A story that's old and has been often told. Listen up, the code of the streets. Real is real. It's the premier directive, the truth and the light, the fundamental wrong and the fundamental right. It's the unspoken law of the tried and the true. From the guru to you and your whole entire crew. It's the realness. Word. This is the premier directive, the truth and the light, the fundamental wrong and the fundamental right. The unspoken law of the tried and the true. From the mind of the guru directly to you. The third and the final directive is key. It's the essence of what it all means to be a true individual, a master of self. Above all the wealth on the dusty top shelf, you gotta have knowledge, you gotta just read. The hunger for wisdom's a spiritual need, cause the mind is a weapon, the sharpest of blades. In the verbal crusades and the lyrical raids, they can take all your money, your clothes and your ride, but they can't take the powerful knowledge inside of your mind and your soul. The essence of you, the powerful truth that will always shine through. So build up your temple of personal thought, for all of the battles that have to be fought are won in the mind before they're in the street. The victory's sweet, but the prep is defeat. This is the legacy, this is the creed. The ultimate deed is to plant a new seed of enlightenment, wisdom, of honor and truth. A message from me to the listening youth. Listen up, the code of the streets. Real is real. This the premier directive, the truth and the light, the fundamental wrong and the fundamental right. It's the unspoken law of the tried and the true. From the guru to you and your whole entire crew. It's the realness. Word. This is the premier directive, the truth and the light, the fundamental wrong and the fundamental right. The unspoken law of the tried and the true. From the mind of the guru directly to you.
We move through the city like iron veins run deep, flowing silent power from the towers we keep. Brothers united, bound by an unbreakable chain, walking through shadows where honor remains. Our code is the blood pumping under the streets, a rhythm of loyalty beats in our feet. Each verse a testimony to battles endured, a fortress of strength from the weak secured. Disciplined warriors in a turbulent war, our legacy's written in scars and so much more. We strategize silent, we strike like a ghost, protect our own coast to coast. No betrayal, no greed, just the truth of the land. The united front of a brotherhood band. We rise through the ashes, stronger than before. Iron veins flow through every corridor. We speak in riddles and codes, only truth feel. The essence of realness, the spirit of steel. No compromise in the face of the fight. Our bond is the darkness, our strength is the light. Tales of respect and a fierce dedication, legends bred from urban foundation. This is the movement, the unyielding rain. Iron veins flowing through our domain. Iron veins, the pulse of the street, brotherhood bound, unbreakable beat. Through trials and storms, our bond remains. Iron veins, running through our veins. Iron veins. song, so our bond remains. Our veins, running through our veins. Loyalty is our sword, unity our shield. Through every struggle, we never yield. Our stories etched in stone and flames. Iron veins, the eternal remains.
Listen. The uptown air is cold. It's the witching hour, the time when the wolves and the sheep's clothes devour the innocent, the clueless, the lost and the weak. The language of violence is all that they speak. I'm walking on Linux, the moon is a sliver. The sight of the block makes a normal man shiver. But I am a part of this darkness, this scene. A lyrical demon, a rhyming machine that's fueled by the drama, the chaos, the strife, the delicate dance on the edge of a knife. I seen things that would make a priest lose his belief. The permanent grief of a life that's too brief. A kid on the corner, he can't be but 10. He's already a vet in this lion's den. His eyes are as old as the buildings around. He's mastered the art of not making a sound. When the drama unfolds, when the sirens all wail, another soul's up for a permanent sale to the devil himself, who resides in the high rises of the projects that scrape at the sky. This is my canvas, my beautiful dark art, to play my own part from the depths of my heart. A narrator of nightmares, a poet of pain, a product of living in this acid like rain.
This is the Harlem Nocturne, a lullaby's dread for the souls of the living and the souls of the dead. The melody's haunting, the rhythm is grim, on the edge of the rim of a life that's so slim. This is the Harlem Nocturne, a lullaby's dread for the souls of the living and the souls of the dead. The melody's haunting, the rhythm is grim, your chances of winning are painfully slim.
My mind is a gallery of ghoulish displays of criminal ways. In these desperate days, I articulate evil with articulate ease. I'm spreading the lyrical, fatal disease. My punchlines are graphic, my metaphor's sick. The verbal arithmetic's dangerously quick. I'm painting a picture of perilous plots of have-nots, connecting the have-nots on dots to a treasure map leading to nowhere but doom. A flower of evil that's destined to bloom in the cracks of the concrete, is watered by tears and fertilized by all the hopes and the fears. I'm a lyrical what to a two of violence and vice. My advice is to think not just twice but thrice before you get caught in this intricate web. The tide of the street has a powerful ebb that'll pull you right under. It'll seal your own fate. By the time you wake up, it is already too late. You're part of the system, a cog in the wheel. The horror is real and the pain you will feel is a lesson in living you won't soon forget. On this permanent stage for the final duet.
This is the Harlem Nocturne, a lullaby's dread for the souls of the living and the souls of the dead. The melody's haunting, the rhythm is grim, on the edge of the rim of a life that's so slim. This is the Harlem Nocturne, a lullaby's dread for the souls of the living and the souls of the dead. The melody's haunting, the rhythm is grim, your chances of winning are painfully slim.
Final scene plays in a dimly lit room, the palpable gloom of a self-inflicted tomb. The deal has gone sour, the trust is all broken, the unspoken tokens of rage have been woken. The air is electric, the tension is thick, a cinematic and devilish trick of the light and the shadow, the good and the bad. The life that you had is the life to be had. No more, it is over, the story is done. Another short run underneath the cold sun is what you would hope for, but hope is a joke. The moment you spoke and the promises broke, I'm just the observer, I'm watching it all. Before the great fall, before the last call from the angel of death with his paperwork signed, leaving nothing behind but the memories in mind of a life that was wasted, a soul that was lost at a terrible cost. In the winter like frost of a Harlem night, in a tragic display, the permanent way that the evil holds sway. This nocturne is endless, it plays on repeat. The sound of the street is the sound of defeat.
This is the Harlem Nocturne, a lullaby's dread for the souls of the living and the souls of the dead. The melody's haunting, the rhythm is grim, on the edge of the rim of a life that's so slim. This is the Harlem Nocturne, a lullaby's dread for the souls of the living and the souls of the dead. The melody's haunting, the rhythm is grim, your chances of winning are painfully slim. Yo. The abacus clicks in a smoke-filled back room, a prelude to doom, dispelling the gloom of a night full of chaos, of fire and lead. Counting the living and counting the dead. The first item listed, 2 soldiers went down in the heart of the town for the price of a crown. A territorial dispute, a misunderstanding of terms. The lesson confirms that the hungriest worms get the lion's share of the spoils and the meat. The bitter and sweet of a life on the street. Next on the ledger, the collateral cost. The innocence lost in the winter like frost of a witness's stare. A child who saw too much. My cold callous touch has to silence the crutch. For the prosecution, a loose end, a tie. A tear in my eye that is perfectly dry. I tally the numbers, the shells on the floor. The broken down door of a rival's report. With his own foolish crew who all fell in the fray. At the end of the day, there's a butcher to pay. This bill isn't paper, it's written in crimson. A terrible hymn for the life that you're swimming in.
Yeah, the butcher's bill, the final account. A terrible amount that you cannot discount for every action. A price must be paid, a serenade played with the blood-covered blade. In the butcher's bill, the final account. A terrible amount that you cannot discount for every action. A price must be paid, a final serenade with the blood-covered blade.
The second expense is the loss of the gear, the source of the fear that we held oh so dear. A shipment of metal, a package of might, vanished from sight in the dead of the night. The driver was sloppy, he talked on the phone. The seeds that were sown were entirely his own. Now he's part of the bill, a subtraction, a ghost. The heavenly host has a brand new recruit from the coast of the recently vanished. The permanently gone, from dusk until dawn. I must carry it on, the business of numbers, a profit of loss. The ultimate cross is to be your own boss. Cause the blame is all yours and the credit is too. For the whole wicked crew and the things that you do. The payment for silence, the bribes to the force. The natural course of a corrupt discourse is another line item, a necessary spend. My friend, this is business that never will end. I calculate damages, emotional real. The pain that you feel is a part of the deal. The bill is presented, is balanced and neat. The terrible feat of the life on the street.
Yeah, the butcher's bill, the final account. A terrible amount that you cannot discount for every action. A price must be paid, a serenade played with the blood-covered blade. On the butcher's bill, the final account. A terrible amount that you cannot discount for every action. A price must be paid, a final serenade with a blood-covered blade.
The final accountings, the hardest to face in this merciless race, in this God-forsaken place. It's the loss of the self, the erosion of soul. To make yourself whole from a bottomless hole of ambition and power. You pay with your sleep, the secret you keep, or the harvest you reap. In a field of regret, in a garden of pain. The acid like rain that is washing your brain of the memories of laughter, the feelings of trust. The beautiful lust for a life that was just. Now it's calculated, it's cold, it's precise. At a terrible price, you don't get to be nice. The butcher is me, and the bill is my life. The edge of the knife is my lover and wife. I close up the ledger, the ink is all dry. The look in my eye is the reason men die. The profit is power, the cost is your grace. In this perilous place, it's a dangerous race. The bill has been paid, but the debt is still there. In the cold, empty chair of a man in despair. The butcher is lonely, his work is all done for each and every one underneath the cold sun.
Yeah, the butcher's bill, the final account. A terrible amount that you cannot discount for every action. A price must be paid, a serenade played with the blood-covered blade. In the butcher's bill, the final account. A terrible amount that you cannot discount for every action. A price must be paid, the final serenade with the blood-covered blade. Blood-covered blade, blood-covered blade, blood-covered blade, blood-covered blade.
Case file 9-4, another John Doe, another sad show on this boulevard of woe. Time of departure, approximately 2. The sky was the hue of a bruise, black and blue. The victims are male, approximately 19. The urban machine has effectively cleaned
Another young dreamer right off of the map. He's caught in the trap of a permanent nap. No identification, no wallet, no keys. Just a cold autumn breeze and the shivering trees. And the pager that's clipped to the waist of his jeans. The silent machine of his shattered young dreams. The cause is apparent, a circular wound. The powerful sound of a slug has been found in the back of the cranium. Entry point clean. The most brutal scene that the city has seen since yesterday's headline, since last evening's news. The paying of dues for the life that you choose. I'm bagging the evidence, a shell from a 9, a sacred design of a tragic decline. The body is cold and the story is colder. The chip on the shoulder of a desperate soldier has cost him his future, his life and his breath. A beautiful death is what the coroner said.
It's the coroner's report, the final review, for me and for you and the whole wicked crew. The cause and the manner, the time and the place, the empty expression on a familiar face. It's the coroner's report, the final review, for me and for you and the whole wicked crew. The cause and the manner, the time and the place, the permanent erasure of a human from space.
The toxicology's back and the contents are grim. On a terrible whim, he was filled to the brim with the poisons of choice. He escaped from the pain, the chemical rain that was washing his brain of the sense and the reason, the logic, the light, the wrong and the right. In the darkest of night, there are traces of powder, the residues there in the strands of his hair. In the cold vacant stare, he was high as a kite when he took his last flight. In the pale ghostly light of a flickering street light, the abrasions are noted on knuckles and cheek. The silent mystique of a man who was weak, or a man who was fighting. It's hard to be sure. The ultimate cure for the sickness obscure is a dose of the lead, a permanent fix. The pilots of the year 96 are a footnote to this, cause the street has its own. The seeds that are sown are entirely grown in the garden of violence, a nursery of hate. The terrible fate of a sealed document states he was just another statistic, another sad case in this desperate race for a comfortable place. But the place he has found is a refrigerated drawer, the unwritten law of the art of the war.
It's the coroner's report, the final review, for me and for you and the whole wicked crew. The cause and the manner, the time and the place, the empty expression on a familiar face. It's the coroner's report, the final review, for me and for you and the whole wicked crew. The cause and the manner, the time and the place, the permanent erasure of a human from space.
The clothing is logged, designer brand gear, the source of the fear and the reason he's here. He was flexing too hard, he was shining too bright, a beacon of light for the wolves in the night. They're drawn to the glitter, they're drawn to the gold. The stories are old and they're brutally told. His pockets are empty, they're turned inside out. No room for the doubt of what this was about. A robbery gone wrong or a planned execution. The final solution to youthful pollution of the air of the powerful, the space of the kings. The beautiful things that I come up all brings are the envy, the jealousy, the hatred, the greed, the poisonous weed of a murderous creed. The report is now finished, the file is all closed, the life is disposed of, the truth is exposed. Or is it just buried in paperwork deep for the secrets to keep for the souls who now sleep? My job is just science, it's data, it's fact. The powerful pact of the truth is intact, but the truth is just lines on a page in a folder. The world's getting colder as I'm getting older. The report has been written, another one's due.
It's the coroner's report, the final review, for me and for you and the whole wicked crew. The cause and the manner, the time and the place, the empty expression on a familiar face. It's the coroner's report, the final review, for me and for you and the whole wicked crew. The cause and the manner, the time and the place, the permanent erasure of a human from space.
My body's a roadmap of where I have been. The original sin is the skin that I'm in, but the story's not written in ink but in flesh. A permanent fresh and a terrible mesh of the blunders and battles, the victories, the falls, the echoing calls in these memory halls. This ain't just a body, it's a chamber of scars, a prison of bars made from parallel stars that never align, a celestial mistake. For goodness sake, it's a terrible lake. This one on my ribs is from a 92 brawl. Before the great fall, before I lost it all. My sense of the trust, my belief in the good. the misunderstood code of the brotherhood. This mark on my hand is from a deal that went bad. The life that I had was both tragic and sad, but it made me a soldier. It taught me the pain, to walk in the rain and to never complain. Each scar is a teacher, a silent professor, the lesser of two evils, aggressor. I study them nightly, I trace every line. The sacred design is eternally mine, a testament written in tissue and bone on a glittering throne that is built all alone. Welcome to the chamber scars, the gallery you paint, where every old wound whispers your name in the rain. It's the price of the life, it's the cost of the art, of playing your part from the depths of your heart. Into the chamber of scars, the gallery you paint, where every old wound whispers your name in the rain. It's the price of the life, it's the cost of the art, the tearing apart of your soul from the ones you can't see are the ones that hurt most. The treacherous ghost of a love that you've lost, the scar on the psyche, the wound on the mind, leaving your innocence lagging behind in a cloud of the dust from the race that you run. The fun is all done when the damage is done. I remember her face and the words that she spoke. The promises broke on the day that I woke to the reality of it, the nature of things, the terrible stings that the memory brings. That scar is invisible, but deeper than all, the biblical fall from a grace so tall. Then there's the mark of betrayal, a cut from a friend, the beginning of the end that will never just end. It echoes in handshakes, it thrives in a glance, the dangerous dance of a second-hand chance. You can't ever trust it, you can't let them in. The original sin is to think you can win. The loyalty back, it's a fool's paradise at a terrible price. You don't get to be nice. The chamber is crowded with these phantoms of hurt, the permanent dirt that you cannot revert. Welcome to the chamber of scars, the gallery of pain, where every old wound whispers your name in the rain. It's the price of the life, it's the cost of the art, playing your part from the depths of your heart. Welcome to the chamber of scars, the gallery of pain, where every old wound whispers your name in the rain. It's the price of the life, it's the cost of the art, the tearing apart of your soul from the start. But this chamber's not just a collection of dread, for the words to be said by the listening dead. All that every scar's also a lesson in strength, the incredible length that you go to the length of your will to survive, of your will to exist. The powerful twist and the plot you missed is that the pain is a teacher, the sufferer's a tool. The first single rule of this brutalist school is that what doesn't kill you will make you a beast. A funeral feast for the man you've decreased, a few of the softer, the kind of young version, the verbal excursions, a surgical surgeon that cuts out the doubt and that cauterizes fear. The message is clear and the reason is here to show you the beauty in all of the cracks, the panic attacks and the railroad-like tracks of the healed over wounds, the battles you've won for each and every one underneath the cold sun. So I walk with my gallery, I wear it with pride, with nothing to hide on the wounded inside. This chamber's my temple, my fortress, my home, in the city of chrome that I'm destined to roam. Welcome to the chamber of scars, the gallery of pain, where every old wound spills your name in the rain. It's the price of the life, it's the cost of the art, of playing your part from the depths of your heart. To the chamber of scars, the gallery of pain, where every old wound spills your name in the rain. It's the price of the life, it's the cost of the art, the tearing apart of your soul from the start.
Concrete bleeds, a story unfolds in the land of the brave, where the heart turns cold. This is the anthem for the soldiers on the front line who walk through the fire and still manage to shine. We come from the gutter, the bottom, the dirt, where you learn from the pain and you learn from the hurt. This ain't no pop song, no friendly request. This is the raw feeling beating inside of my chest. The energy's building, the crowd is hyped up. We're raising the stakes and we're filling the cup with the spirit of warriors, the heart of a lion. The titans are clashing on the island of iron. We stand for the real, for the truth, for the code, the heavy load that we carry on this rugged road. So turn up the volume until the speakers are blown, and let it be known that you're not on your own. We're an army of many, a legion of strong, who know the difference between the right and the wrong. In the context of struggle, the war for the street, the relentless rhythm of this powerful beat is the drum of our battle, the call to the fight, to stand up for what's right with all of our might.
Raise your fists up, let me hear you shout. This is the street anthem, there's no room for doubt. For the warriors, the soldiers, the kings and the crew. This is for you and you and you. Raise your fists up, let me hear you shout. This is the street anthem, let it all out. For the warriors, the soldiers, the kings and the crew. This is our anthem for me and for you.
My partner grabs the mic, the aggression ascends. This is where the pretense and the fantasy ends. This is the raw fact, the unfiltered view from the eyes of the many, reported by a few. We've been through the fire, we've been through the storm, keeping the spirit of rebellion warm. We don't break, we don't bend, we don't ever retreat. We stand our ground firmly on these concrete streets. The sound is a weapon, the words are the blades, in the verbal crusades, in the lyrical raids. We're taking no prisoners, we're showing no fear. The message we're sending is perfectly clear. This is for the block, for the hood, for the home, for every soul that has felt all alone in the struggle for justice, the fight for respect. The energy's something you have to connect with, or get trampled, get lost in the dust. In the motto we trust, in the real we put trust. So feel the adrenaline, the rush in your veins, the breaking of chains, the release from the pains. This is the moment, the time to unite, under the banner of lyrical light.
Raise your fists up, let me hear you shout. This is the street anthem, there's no room for doubt. For the warriors, the soldiers, the kings and the crew. This is for you and you and you. Raise your fists up, let me hear you shout. This is the street anthem, let it all out. For the warriors, the soldiers, the kings and the crew. This is our anthem for me and for you.
The final assault, the crescendo of sound, shaking the ground for miles all around. This is more than just music, it's a statement of force. The unbridled power of a natural course, of a people who risen from ashes and flame to reclaim their honor, to reclaim their name. We are the voice of the struggle, the cry of the street, the undeniable power of the boom bap beat. So when you hear this anthem, wherever you are, whether near you far, in the crowd or a car, know that you're part of a movement so deep, with promises that the streets will definitely keep, to hold you, to guide you, to give you the strength, to go to the length, the incredible length, to fight for your freedom, your truth and your right, to shine like a star in the darkest of night. This is the sound of survival, the roar of the proud, spoken aloud to the entire crowd. So let the beat drop and let the whole world hear. The street anthem's here and the message is clear.
Raise your fists up, let me hear you shout. This is the street anthem, there's no room for doubt. For the warriors, the soldiers, the kings and the crew. This is for you and you and you. Raise your fists up, let me hear you shout. This is the street anthem, let it all out. For the warriors, the soldiers, the kings and the crew. This is our anthem for me and for you.
It's ages long. It's ages long. It's ages long. It's right. It's ages. It's ages long. It's ages long. It's ages long. It's ages long. Class is in session, so open your mind. The teacher is here, leaving ignorance behind. No time for the fiction, the fluff, or the fables. I'm turning the tables, disabling the labels that they put upon us to keep us controlled. A story of power that's never been told. The system is twisted, a corporate machine that profits from keeping the populace leaning. Knowledge and wisdom, the tools are the free, but I'm here to enlighten for you and for me. The facts are the bricks, the truth is the mortar. We're building a fortress, a brand new world order, based on respect and the power of thought. Remember the lessons the ancestors taught. Don't be a puppet, a pawn in their game. Ignite your own flame, remember your name. Your history's deeper than what they present. A message of freedom is what I have sent. So listen up close, let the knowledge seep in. The revolution of mind is about to begin. It starts with a question, a thought and a spark. A single lit candle to conquer the dark. I drop the science, you pick up the jewel. Knowledge is power and that is the rule. This ain't just a song, it's a knowledge drop. From the bottom to the top, the learning don't stop. The teacher is speaking, the lesson is clear. The liberation from ignorance and from fear. This ain't just a song, it's a knowledge drop. From the bottom to the top, the learning can't stop. The teacher is speaking, the lesson is clear. Eradicate the ignorance, conquer the fear. They teach you their history, sanitized and clean, but never the full story of what happened between the lines of the textbooks, the curated displays. The truth of the struggle in these modern days. stories is a battle for consciousness, a war for the soul, to make you a fraction instead of a whole. They want you distracted by trinkets and toys to silence the noise of your powerful voice, but the voice of the people can't never be chained. A spirit of freedom that can't be contained. From the heart of the Bronx to the shores of the world, a flag of enlightenment is being unfurled. So read and research and question it all before you are headed for a definite fall. Don't take my word for it, go and discover. The truth is a treasure you have to uncover yourself for yourself. It's a personal quest to put your own theories and thoughts to the test. The media spins it, the politics twist the reality that you would have surely missed if you didn't dig deeper beyond the facade. The truth is your weapon, your shield, and your rod. This ain't just a song, it's a knowledge drop from the bottom to the top. The learning don't stop. The teacher is speaking, the lesson is clear. The liberation from ignorance and from fear. This ain't just a song, it's a knowledge drop from the bottom to the top. The learning can't stop. The teacher is speaking, the lesson is clear. Eradicate the ignorance, conquer the fear.
This ain't just the defeat.
The final lesson is the hardest to learn. It's the point of no return. The bridges you burn with the lies of the past, the deception and greed. To plant a new seed for a powerful breed of thinkers and leaders, of poets and guides who move with the rhythm of truth's flowing tides. It's not about violence or weapons or force. It's about changing the course of the discourse. The conversation we're having about who we should be as a people, a nation, a community. So check the ingredients, read the whole label. Put your own truth on your own kitchen table and feast on the power that knowledge provides. The strength from inside where your spirit resides. This is more than just rhyming, it's building the base for the future of the entire human race. A heavy responsibility, I know it's a lot, but it's the only real chance that we've actually got to make a real change, to rearrange the design. The future is yours and the future is mine. So take this jewel and let it expand. The power of knowledge is right in your hand.
This ain't just a song, it's a knowledge drop from the bottom to the top. The learning don't stop. The teacher is speaking, the lesson is clear. The liberation from ignorance and from fear. This ain't just a song, it's a knowledge drop from the bottom to the top. The learning can't stop. The teacher is speaking, the lesson is clear. Eradicate the ignorance, conquer the fear. This ain't just a song. This ain't just a song.
Yeah. Yeah, I learned the language of the street from cold hard teachers. Lessons taught in silence and the sound of broken preachers. Every crack in the sidewalk carries stories untold. Whispers of glory and failures, the young and the old. Brick by brick, we built this lexicon signed in the night. A glossary of survival in a world without light. The prophets come and go, but the words live forever. Echoing in alleyways, our voices sever never. It's the code of the hustlers, the scholars of the grind. A dialect of pain, but mastery of the mind.
This is the street lexicon, the language of the lost, etched in the hearts of those who pay the cost. We speak in rhymes and rhythms. It's the spoken bond of a generation, making every second count and beyond.
Yeah, from the corner store blocks to the subway car seats, the vernacular struggle plays out on these streets. Every handshake has a secret, every glance a tale. In the symphony of bustle where so many hearts fail, we carve our names on walls that time will deface, but memory holds tight in this brutal, endless race. Our lexicon's a blessing and curse alike. A language born from nothing, blossoming despite the darkness that surrounds us, the doubt and the fears, translated in a cipher only we hear.
I am a storyteller, a translator of wounds, painting pictures with words between the city ruins. Each line a stroke of truth, each phrase a hymn, binding past the present, thick and thin. Yeah. So listen close as I unravel the scroll of those who fought hard just to claim control. The street lexicon's not written in books, it's carried in the blood and the glances we took. This is the street lexicon, the language of the law, etched in the hearts of those who pay the cost. We speak in rhymes and rhythms. It's the spoken bond of a generation, making every second count. And this is the street lexicon, the language of the law, etched in the hearts of those who pay the cost. We speak in rhymes and rhythms. It's the spoken bond of a generation, making every second count and beyond.
Yeah.
the formula. Oh, you one time with this bit, the formula. Sometimes I gotta people gotta fill a show. The formula. No, check this out. Lump it up. The formula. Yo, Showtime, that's his wrong rhymes. The formula. 2 times I do premiere today. No time, no jam. Yo, 2-headed straight in the street. And yo, with time in the line. Yo, 2-headed straight in the street. Listen. The process is ancient, the science is deep. For the secrets I keep, while the ignorant sleep. It's the art of conversion, the spiritual trade. A magical blade from the promises made to myself in the mirror a long time ago, to make my own flow and to make my own dough. But the dough is just paper, the flow is the gold. The story that's told by the brave and the bold. I take the lead of the streets, the grit and the grime, the passage of time, the ridiculous crime of a life in the gutter, a soul in the drain, the struggle, the pain, the emotional stain. I put it all in the crucible of my own mind, leaving the physical manifestation behind. I add the heat of the beat, the fire of soul, to make myself whole, to achieve my life's goal, which is audio alchemy, turning the lead of the words that you've said and the books that you've read into lyrical gold, a treasure to hold, a story to be told till we're wrinkled and old. This is the magnum opus, the ultimate plan, the ascent of the man from a boy in the sand. This is the audio alchemy, the sacred art, tearing the fabric of silence apart. We take the pain of the street and the truth for the soul and turn it to gold just to take back control. This is the audio alchemy, the sacred art, tearing the fabric of silence apart. We take the pain of the street and the truth for the soul and turn it to gold just to make ourselves whole. The formula's complex, the steps are precise. You can't do it twice if you don't have the spice of originality, the personal touch. You're asking too much if you're using a crutch of another man's style, another man's flow. You're destined to go to the place down below, the hell of the biter, the purgatory of whack. There ain't no coming back from that heart attack on your credibility, your honor, your name. You're out of the game, you're a moth to a flame, but my flame is the pilot light, eternally lit with the power of wit and the strength of the grit. My lab is the studio, the booth is the chamber. The only real danger is the loss of the anger that fuels the reaction, the righteous frustration, the state of the nation, the whole operation. So I keep my ear to the pavement, I listen, I learn, for the moment to burn, for the point of no return. The transmutation is starting, the elements bind, the one of a kind, the magnificent find. The philosopher's stone is the microphone stand, the power's in my hand, yeah, and you must understand. This is the audio alchemy, the sacred art, tearing the fabric of silence apart. We take the pain of the street and the truth of the soul and turn it to gold just to take back control. This is the audio alchemy, the sacred art, tearing the fabric of silence apart. We take the pain of the street and the truth of the soul and turn it to gold just to make ourselves whole. The final product is cooled and revealed, the truth is unsealed, the prophecy fulfilled. It's a 12-inch of vinyl, a circular truth, a message of proof to the misguided youth that you can create, you can build, you can make. For goodness sake, take the path that you take and own it, control it, and mold it with pride, with nothing to hide, with the power inside of your own personal story, your struggle, your view. The realness of you will always shine through if you're true to the craft, if you're true to the source, the powerful force of the natural course. My goal is the legacy, the tracks that I leave, for the ones who believe, for the ones who receive the transmission of knowledge, the wisdom of sound, on this hallowed ground where the real can be found. So the cycle continues, I'm back in the street, to the rhythm and beat, to the bitter and sweet, to gather more lead for the next transformation, a gift to the nation, a hip-hop salvation. The guru has spoken, the premier has spun, the great work is done, but it's only begun. This is the audio alchemy, the sacred art, tearing the fabric of silence apart. We take the pain of the street and the truth for the soul and turn it to gold just to take back control. This is the audio alchemy, the sacred art, tearing the fabric of silence apart. We take the pain of the street and the truth for the soul and turn it to gold just to make ourselves whole. Burn it up, 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 burn it up.
clip on my waistband is heavy with ghosts. The heavenly hosts are the ones who got close to the sun, to the fire, to the fame, to the fall. The digital call that was seen by us all, it was more than just numbers. A code in the light, the wrong and the right in the darkest of night. A 911 meant that somebody's hit. The powerful script of a tragedy's fit. A 143 was the code for the love. A gift from above, like a peaceful white dove that you'd send to your queen when you're out on the grind. Leaving the danger and madness behind for a moment of peace, for a second of grace. In this perilous place, in this desperate race, the pager was Bible, the lifeline, the key to the man I would be for the whole world to see. My first big connection, the meeting was set. The spiritual debt of a name I had met came through on the screen in a numerical line. A sacred design that was finally mine, to claim and to conquer, to build and to make. For goodness sake, it was all a mistake in the end. This is a eulogy for pages, for the plastic and wires, for the desperate desires and the funeral pyres, funeral pyres. It's a requiem for the numbers, a hymn for the code, a hymn for the code. The heavy, heavy, ever life on the road, life on the road. This is a eulogy for pages, this is a eulogy for pages, for the plastic and wires, for the desperate desires and the funeral pyres, funeral pyres. Yeah, a requiem for the numbers, a hymn for the code, a hymn for the code. The stories that flow, stories that seeds that we sow. Yeah. I remember the vibration, the buzz on my hip, the drip from the lip of a loose-tongued accomplice was a code I would get when a deal was exposed. The life I had chosen was never enclosed in a bubble of safety, a fortress of calm. The 23rd Psalm was replaced by the bomb of reality dropping. Our plans going south, the word of the mouth from the horse's own mouth would arrive in a sequence of digits so cold. A story as old as the silver and gold that we chased in the alleys, we saw it in the clubs, the pivotal hubs of the gangster-like cubs that we were back then, with our lives on the line. A truly divine and a foolish design. The pager was witness to all of our crimes. 1,000 good times and 1,000 bad rhymes were born from the messages, the orders, the news, the paying of dues for the right to refuse and offer a deal or a deadly request, putting your soul to a rigorous test. That little black box was a portal, a gate to a terrible fate or a glorious state. Yeah. This is a eulogy for pages, for the plastic and wires, or the plastic and wires, the desires and the funeral pyres, the funeral pyres. It's a requiem for the numbers, a hymn for the cold, a hymn for the cold. The heavy, heavy load, heavy love, a life on the road, life on the road. Yeah. This is a eulogy for pages, for the plastic and wires, for the plastic and wires, the desires and the funeral pyres, funeral pyres. Yeah. A requiem for the numbers, a hymn for the cold, a hymn for the cold. Stories that flow, the stories that flow, that we sow. Yeah. Now the pockets are empty, the silence is deep. For the secrets I keep while the new children sleep, they will never quite know of the thrill and the dread of the words that were said by the digitally dead. The cryptic locations, the times of the meet, the bitter and sweet of a life on the street that was governed by numbers, by beeps, by a buzz. The glorious fuzz of what all of it was. My old one is sitting in a drawer cracked and gray. At the end of the day, I can honestly say it was more than a tool, it was part of my soul. The loss of control when you reach for the scroll of the numbers and pray that it wasn't the call before the great fall, for the one you gave all your trust and your loyal to your brother, your friend. The beginning of the end that will never just end. So I pour out some liquor, a toast to the tech, the cause and effect of the digital trek that we walked in the 90's, a path of our own on a glittering throne that was merely on loan. The eulogy's over, the era is gone. Yeah. This is a eulogy for pages, for the plastic and wires, for the plastic and wires, the desires and the funeral pyres, funeral pyres. It's a requiem for the numbers, a hymn for the code, a hymn for the cold. For the heavy, heavy held a life on the road. This is a eulogy for pages, for the plastic and wires, for the plastic and wires, the desires and the funeral pyres, funeral pyres. A requiem for the numbers, a hymn for the code, a hymn for the code. The stories that flow, stories that flow.